Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to tonight's live stream. We're going to be playing two games tonight. We're going to have a look at Pixel Piracy, considering it's had 2 updates in like a week, after nothing since like 2016 or something. So I bought it in early access. I think I saw Sips play it years and years and years ago, and I got pretty into it, and I was like, right, okay, we're going to check this out. Got it in early access, and then played it for a little bit, and yeah, it kind of dropped off the face of the earth. It's come back 6 years later, and is getting a bit of work done to it. So we're going to have a little look at it, and yeah. So I'm quite excited to play it, and we'll just see what happens. Let me just get rid of a couple of things here. There we go. Right, okay. Now then. Alright, let's dive in. We'll start a new game. Okay, so, very simple layout. We've got a couple of new different things here. New game. We're going to start a brand new game. We're going to call our captain Captain Blood. Captain Blood is a book. It was about a guy who was a medic in the army in the like French, the Battle of Tangiers and all of that sort of stuff. And it's by Raphael Sabatini. It's a very old book, and I'm reading it at the moment, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I think it's fantastic. Right, let's see what we're going to call the world. I like Piracy, so we'll leave it as that. So sailor mode is easy difficulty. I'm going to start on easy because I did kind of jump into it and died pretty much instantly on normal mode. So let's start the game. Basically, when you get the intro here, you basically have to answer a few questions, and that kind of gives you your starting kind of stuff. So what do we think of Piracy? It's fascinating. An intriguing assortment of inhabitants roam the land. That sounds like a good one for us, so we'll pick that. Next up, what is the most recent event that happened in the land? A great war tore the populace apart, a plague that killed many innocent, and a very rare comet flyby brought along bad omens, which gives us long and dangerous nights. I'm going to go for the Great War, considering it kind of fits in with Captain Blood's history, so we'll go with that. How do we remember our father? He was a brave captain. His name was David Phelps. Falcon Blade, you may remember if you're a Terraria player. The game was developed by some of the team who developed Terraria. It's got a long and storied history, the development of Pixel Piracy, but I'm not going to bore you with that. Look it up. It's well worth looking into. He was a lazy alcoholic known as Hawk the Flatulent, which gives us an extra starting pirate, or he was a cowardly sailor that went by the name Boris. I'm going to go with a brave captain, because I could do with the Falcon Blade to start us off. So we'll take that, and then we're male, and then we'll come into character customization. Now, the character customization thing is a little bit frustrating, in my opinion. So here we get to kind of just click, and we change the look of our pirate. And yeah, you can see there's no way, like, if we like something and then want to have a look at something else, we can't actually go back. We just have to continue going through it all. I'm going to take this, and then we're going to change the color of his beard. Blue beard, green, a weird color. We'll just flick through until we get something that looks a bit more, oh, ginger, I was going to have that. See, you click too fast and then you've gone past it all. So we're going to keep going. See what we get. How is everyone? You good? I'm good. I've had a day off. I went for a run. First one I've done in years. And it was pretty good. Oh, there we go. That'll do. And hair. Now, some of these aren't hair. They're hats too. So that's another confusion for us to deal with. And I would... That's a big hair. That's massive hair. We're going to go with that. We're going to give him big hair. That kind of matches whatever that is as well. So, shirt, jacket, and accessory. Now, the accessory is this stuff that kind of is draped across him. I'm going to go with that, which kind of looks like a scabbard for his sword. And then the shirt we'll change. Yeah, that looks good. And the jacket kind of just goes over the top of everything. But I'd quite like a longish jacket so we can be a proper pirate. And then we'll change the colour. Alright, that'll do. And then voice. That sounds pretty good. That'll do. Voice is not so important. So, our mission is to defeat the 4 legendary pirates. Peter Sunder, Gottfried Svartholm, Aaron Swartz, and Tim Berners-Lee. Only then can you call yourself the most fearsome pirate in the world. So let's dive into it. It's very simple. There's a simple premise. You land on an island. It's all very point and clicky. You can move around with your WASDs. Here's our ship to start with. There's some seagull poop on it. So the little hover there that says "Damn you, Mr. Seagull," that's new. Oh, I'm very bright, aren't I? We better kind of look into that quickly. Right, before we do that, I'm gonna jump out a second, and I'm just gonna have a quick look here and just change the webcam settings a second. Right, let's have a look. There we go. Oh, you can now see my settings. We'll shift that over here a second, and I'm just going to drop down my... Let's change our white balance. We'll just auto it. Right, okay. Hopefully that'll help, and it'll just kind of react to me. I also just need to quickly check my OBS is on and recording. Yes, it is. Right, okay, good. Now we can get back to our stream. Let's jump on in. Right, over here. We can then just point and click, and it kind of moves us around. We can attack these chickens. As soon as you click, you start attacking them, and we've killed a chicken. I kind of feel bad about that, but I don't really care at the same time. We always start on an island that is inhabited by others, so we can go straight to the tavern and recruit some crew members. We have 200 gold as a start, and we have, I think, 2 watermelons on our ship. So we're going to hire a extra crew member here. We'll take Brian Rodman, who was a slater, and we'll also take Jason Maslin, who was a boothman. That's money well spent, in my opinion. And then we'll have a quick look at what they have equipped. So, if we go to our crew here, we can see that's us. We have a basic attack, and you can equip passive items. A feather will give us 100 experience points on consumption. We don't need that for us, really, but we're going to have a look at Jason Maslin, who has a knife but no ranged weapon, and he doesn't have a passive item, so we're going to give him the feather, which will give him a nice XP boost. And then Brian Rodman has a blade, which is pretty good. Alright, so what we can do is go straight out onto our ship now, and it's all very just point and click. It's pretty cool, it's a lot of fun, and I had a great time playing it when it first came out. It obviously needed a lot of fleshing out, but you can see it's very reminiscent of Terraria. And what we can then do is drag action move. So what we can do is order. We need to group up our pirates. Oh, I'm doing this wrong. Right, so this is where my memory of the controls of the game kind of go to hell. Right, ship crew, these are your kind of groups. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my crew, and I'm going to set these 2 into a group of training. And then it means when I select the 2 of them, we can have them train. So now, as I pick up the training group, we can then tell them to go over here. So what we need to do is move and have them move to me. And that's that. Aboard our ship we go. So what you can do is you can attack other ships. You can like do a load of other stuff. These guys will consume the watermelons. You can also buy training. So what can happen is, you see we've got some seagull poop here, and that can actually damage our ship. It will degrade over time. So what we've got now on the world map, we have an island, another island, a town, and a pirate ship. We're going to go and explore the islands first. And you get this lovely little sailing animation as you are on your way. So we have watermelons here. They're ready to consume. As your crew get hungry, they just automatically start consuming stuff. So we've got 2 oysters on the land here. We have a tribal and a chest, and then a crab. And what we'll then do is we'll just have ourselves go over here, and then we'll order our crew to disembark as well. And the tribal is already attacking us, so we're just going to wait for our crew to arrive, and then we're going to go and attack him. Now your crew will automatically attack him too, and all that you need to do is just make sure you down this guy before any of your crew die. There is permadeath, so if everyone in your crew plus your captain dies, it is game over. There's nothing else you can do about that. And then we'll just have everyone attack the oysters here as well. Oh, I think they're killing each other. I think I may have ordered him to kill his own crewmate. Oh dear. That was not a good start, was it? Oh, damn. Okay, right. So we've at least got some XP from that. And it looks like Mr. Maslin is... dear. Right, so we can interact to pick up the stuff that's in this chest. We got some gold and a small elixir. And then... that's it. So, I get some XP and our crew member gets XP as well. I appear to be bleeding and bleeding out, but I'm recovering health as well and I'm no longer bleeding. That's good. Oh, God. Right, let's have a look at our crew, because Jason got some XP and a level up. We're going to increase his strength and his vitality, which will increase his HP regeneration. And then we're going to go back to myself, and I am going to level up my strength, my vitality, and my dexterity, and my agility, and we'll also level up my luck twice. I'd like to be a lucky captain, so that'll do. Right, now we can go back and we can get back to our ship. And then we'll also have our crew come back to the ship as well. He doesn't appear to want to move, though. No, he's not moving at all. Come on, man. Right, he's coming now. And then I think the next step is going to be to go to another island. So off to our world map, we've got a pirate there and a pirate there, and then a town called Deadman's. We've explored No Mirage. We're going to go and... let's just go to town. We're going to need to replenish the crew member that we've just murdered, so that might be the best thing to do next. And you will gradually heal based on the vitality that you have, so that'll give us some levels back in. And as you can see here, our hunger bar is starting to deplete. You also need to pay your crew if you don't pay them enough, and basically the amount that you need to pay them will increase over time. So if you aren't paying them quick enough, they'll start to lose morale, and then they will eventually turn on you, and it will not be fun. So we've got 2 crabs here. I'm going to ignore them, and it looks like a tortoise as well. We've got weapons and food and items here, so there's nothing else. But what we are going to have a look at is we're going to go to this item shop, and we're going to have a look and see if there is an item here. I remember buying training manuals from the item shop, and what we need is to train one of our crew members in cleaning. That's the one. Oh, 199. We don't have enough. So, back to the ship we go. Doesn't look like anybody's started to consume the watermelon. I'm not quite sure what level they need to be at in terms of hunger to actually start eating. I'm at 70%. Jason, let's have a look at Jason. What's he at? 540. Whatever that means. That's weird that it's 540 on him and then I have a percentage-based hunger bar, but we'll see how that goes anyway. And then we'll go back to our world map and we'll have a further look around. I think we may have to end up challenging some pirates here. So this one here is only danger level 1. We'll go attack them and we'll see what they come back with. So you can fish. We've got a couple of seagull hoops here now that we need to get. And our crew are having toilet movements as well. Oh dear. This isn't good, is it? Well, we'll just have to deal with it, wait for our next kind of segment to load, and then we can finally take on... Right, okay, hostile encounter, we're going to engage them. There's one pirate, so I am going to go alone, and we'll hook on. Now, the one thing we need to watch out for now is if he knocks us back, we're in trouble. But I think we got him, off he goes, and he's going to drown. Excellent. Right, we got this, and then we can go back. Now, what we can do is we can either capture their ship, and I don't want to because it's terrible. So we're going to go back to our ship, and then we will use this button right here to plunder the ship, which blows it to smithereens, and we gain some items. And some gold. 236 gold we're on now, so we can get that cleaning manual and get our ship cleaned up, but also we have unlocked ship stuff. So here we can edit our flag, we can get misc, food, decoration and hull. we haven't actually, I don't know actually, we may need to just dock our ship first. So we're going to go back to a town. This one will do. Once we get back to town, we'll be able to have a look at our ship and make any adjustments to them. Sometimes when you plunder a ship, you get extra decorative items to improve your own ship and expand your hull. But we'll take a look. We're going to go get off and land now. Now, one thing I need to mention. These guys will go to the tavern and start spending our hard-earned cash, so we need to be quick when we get on land and do everything we need, then get back out. Let's just have a quick look and see if we can change anything about our ship setup. We can. We have some decorative items, which is wooden deck. And this is the backdrop. Very much like when you build those walls in Terraria, where you're able to like kind of give like a background wall to your base and stuff. Let's get a new crew member. We're going to hire... okay, before we do any hiring, actually, we're going to go and get some items. We can even buy ships here, and I think this just sells us the items to upgrade our ship. I think that's new. That wasn't there before, but it might just be that because it's a randomly generated thing, I've never actually seen it before. So we're buying the cleaning manual now. We don't have enough money to actually hire a new crew member, but what we can do is have Jason get a passive item, and he will take the cleaning manual there. What's this one? An oyster shell, a small elixir, and an elixir. So Jason is now trained in cleaning, which means he will be able to clean our ship. Next up, we're going to go back to the item, and we're going to sell that oyster shell. We're going to keep a hold of the elixir and the small elixir, and then we're going to head back to our ship. I think we might actually just be able to go straight to the world map, and we'll automatically travel. There's another pirate here, so we're going to go and attack them next, and just start building our finances back up. And then what we might do after that is come back to town and do a load of other work as well. We do need a new crew member. So Jason should now start cleaning up. I mean, he's a lazy scallywag, so it doesn't look like he's doing anything at the moment. I mean, there's a load of poo there, mate. You should probably get to work. Just saying. No? Alright then. Off we go. He might do it while we're in transition. Nope, he's still not doing it. Jason, you want to get some work done, please? Oh, we got a hostile encounter already. Right, so it's one guy on a ship. I am going to go it alone again. Jason will still get experience points, so that's nothing to worry about. We're getting straight in, and down he goes as well, and we'll smash the urn on his boat. And there we have it. We didn't get much gold, but we did get a few other things. Come on, Jason. Let's just have a quick look at our crew again. Jason, you do have the cleaning skill. Yes, you do. But you're not cleaning the ship. What's going on with you? Maybe... Oh, I know what I think I need. I think because I've got him assigned to training... Right. Now if we have him... Yeah, there we go. Okay, so because I had him in training, he wasn't actually going to be doing the work. He needs to be assigned to the crew. Now, what I'm going to do as well is have a look at my ship setup. Food. So we've got these watermelons here, and it doesn't look like we can actually do anything with them. They aren't being eaten. They're ready to consume. But for some reason, our crew aren't doing anything about them. But, oh, now they're eating. Great. So it must have been just when they got to 50% that would happen. Thunder! There we go. Right. Now we're talking. So the watermelon's been consumed a little bit, and that's much better. Right, now, let's go back to our world map. And this is pretty much the game. It's roguelike. You just sail around fighting pirates, exploring the world, and the aim is to kind of build up your experience and eventually challenge the legendary pirates. Upgrade your gear, get more crew, expand your ship. We've got another one here. I'm actually going to have everybody in the crew move to here. And then I'll go over myself. And we'll have them attack Captain Sviokla. Easy takedown, break the urn, and there we go. Right, now back to our ship. And it is just rinse and repeat. But it's a lot of fun. I really like the game, and I'm quite excited to see that it's getting some love finally after all this time. So we're going to play a little bit more of this anyway. I'm going to plunder this ship. I mean, we could try to find one of the legendary pirates, but I think we're a long way off that sort of thing right now. What else have we got? We've got a pirate level 2 there and 1 there. We've got an island, but that is a level 2 island. What we'll go to now then is we've got an island, a town, another town there. We'll go here. We'll just see what's going on over there. Problem is, with bad map reading, if we go to a block that has a question mark on it, we might get into an encounter with a pirate that is way stronger than us, and that might make our life very, very difficult. We don't want that to happen. So hopefully it'll be an easy encounter, or it'll just be another island. Let's have a look then. It appears to be an island. It's a town, actually, with a weapon shop, food and goods, so we could maybe be traders, and then a cat. You can get pets, cats being one of them. But yeah, that's no good for us. We'll go back to our map. There's a pirate level 1 there, so we'll go take him down. We've also got some Planet Zoo coming up this in the second part of the stream tonight, so that's going to be exciting. We are going to engage this lot, and we'll see what goes on. Right, okay, so this looks like it's going to be an easy one. I'm actually going to just send my good old shipmate over to do that now. He probably needs to be paid, actually. He's looking a little bit upset. Attack him. Oh my god! Don't... Oh no, Jason! I'll avenge you, don't worry. Well, we're in a bit of trouble now, aren't we? We've lost our ship's cleaner. I mean, I'm doing amazingly. I'm on level 5 now, so let's upgrade myself. Oh, poor Jason. Do I get that item back? I've got toilet study, which is learn how to poop properly. Got a grindstone. And fishing, which teaches us how to fish. That's going to be good for getting food. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to get some HP regen. I'm going to get some intelligence, which increases the amount of passive XP I get. So you get XP just for sailing around. But the Falcon Blade, as you can see, 5.91 DPS. So very, very good. And that's certainly a good option to pick when you first start the game out. But I'm now going to have to go back to a town and recruit some new sailors because I allowed him to die. And that's one of the problems with the way that you kind of command your troops. Can get very difficult. Right, we've got a town there and a town there. We're going to go to that one. That's where I'm going to get my new crew, and we're going to have to get someone else to clean up the poop. So we need to buy another cleaning manual and hire hopefully 2 new crew members. I'm going to have to put this light back on because it's all very much all over the place. So we're going to put that on and then I'll drop that down. There, that's much better. Right, okay. So Captain Blood is not having a great time so far. He's had 2 crew members and then they ganged up and killed one of them and the other one drowned. So not a great start to life as a pirate for our intrepid explorer. But we're going to go recruit some new people at the tavern and we'll see what happens. What have we got here? Clifford Dockery, Ruben Ewell. So the stat values here, it'll just be their spread of experience, their spread of like stats at the moment. So we've got a couple here. Stacy Yokoyama and Clifford Dockery have a stat value of 12. And Ruben Ewell has a stat value. I'm going to take Clifford and Stacy to our crew. And then we will leave the rest. We're going to go get some food. So what happens with food is it goes into your inventory and you have to add it to the ship. So I'm going to get 2 servings of fruit. We'll leave the rest and then we'll go and buy some more items, mainly the cleaning manual, so that we can learn how to clean up. Oh, no. Oh, wait, I've got stuff I can sell, haven't I? If we sell the elixir, I've got 2 toilet study manuals and 1 fishing. We'll sell the grindstone. That should now allow us to buy cleaning. Excellent. Right, okay, so we'll go over to our crew. I am going to learn how to poop properly. For some strange reason. We'll have Clifford learn how to clean and poop properly. And then we'll have Stacy learn how to fish. Okay, good. Now, if we all just head back to the ship, we can get on board and make some money, because we are skinned now. We haven't got a single penny in the coffers, so we're going to have to get on with that. Come on, crewmates, don't be spending my money at the bar. Clifford, Stacy, get on board the ship. We've got places to be. Now, we've got an explored island there and an unexplored island there. We're going to go there first, and then we'll see how we get on. Are you coming? Come on. Get on with it. They're not moving, are they? Oh, because I'm on the ship, we can go, so that's fine. Alright, looking a little bit better. Now, because they've got the fishing manual, I think I still need to buy a fishing rod for them, and then they'll start fishing for us. And that will bring in some food. So I'm going to have them get onto the island first. We have one tribal chief, and then an oyster and a crate. So if they go and attack him, I'm going to come along and assist. But I think they may have this covered. They're doing okay. We just don't want them to die, that's all. There we go, nice and easy, and that's done. Now, the chicken nest, I'm not quite sure what we do with. Can I pick it up? Oh, it gives us loads of chickens, which we can kill. And everybody gets experience as well. And then we'll go break the crate. And that gives us something interesting, a rosary. And then we'll break open that oyster as well. So everybody gets experience from it. And that's pretty impressive. What's going on there? Oh, we need to pick this up. Actually, yeah, we then have to interact with that. We get gold and an auto elixir. That's a pretty good haul from that island there. Feeling a lot better now. Let's have a look at our crew. Nobody leveling up there. What about Clifford? No. Stacy? No. We have 37 gold. So actually we're going to pay all of our crew to keep them happy. And then we can move on to our next item of business. We'll have a look at what else is going on in the world. Right. Okay. World map. Level 1 pirate. Let's do it. So if there's nowhere to kind of protect us from getting knocked off the ship, I'll go in on my own, because the crew will still get the experience and I won't risk murdering them. Right, there's nothing there, so I'm going to jump over and I'm going to take that guy on. Now, my one concern is what happens if I die. I'm not going to die, though, it's fine. Captain Breed, meet Captain Blood. Nice. Okay. That was easy. Oh, the shark ate him. Oh, he popped back up. And away he goes. Right, okay, that was nice. Nice and easy, nice and quick. And thunder. We got a wood block and 111 gold. That's much better. Right, back to the world map. Pirate, danger level 2. Do we want to go there, or should we? We'll go have a look at the island first. It might spawn some easier to kill pirates. Level 1 pirates with like a low level of danger are probably going to be our best bet to begin with, because that's going to allow us to upgrade and get skill points and stuff and level up our pirates. I'm just having trouble with the lights tonight. If the music volume is too high as well, and you are watching, please let me know so I can make adjustments to it and stuff. Hopefully it's not too much of an issue. Anyway, what's this island looking like? Right, okay, we've got a lot of pirates here. This is a no-go for us. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Right, we're going to go back to our world map. We've got level 2 pirates. We've got another island, so we'll head straight over to that one and see what we come up with. It's pretty peaceful in the load screens, but when you come out of them... Right, what do we got here? We have 2 pirates again. They've got a lot of health, so we're just going to, again, we're going to move on. I've already lost 2 crew members to my own stupidity. I don't want to lose any more to just overexerting ourselves. We're bad map reading. We'll see what happens here. This could be an encounter. We don't know what it is. It might be an absolute disaster, but we're going to have to try it because there's nothing else we could go to, so we'll see where we end up. It's an encounter. Oh god, what have we got? Alright, we have 3 pirates, and they're pretty Right, we've got 31 health. It's the captain that's going to be the tough one. Someone's just thrown some poo over the wall. Okay, right, let's have a look at our crew. Can we do anything to... Right, I did get a level up, so I'm going to take on some more strength. And do we have any more level ups? Yes, we do. So we're going to have them get some strength, and yeah, they're good. Alright, I think we should just go for this. I'm going to go in first. Oh god, this might be a bad idea. Right, we need to go for the captain first, and then we'll have the rest of the crew come over and assist. I just need to last until the rest of the crew get to me. Are they coming? They're not coming. Oh my god. Back to the ship. Oh, I've got some elixirs I can use, haven't I? Auto elixir. Feather. Auto elixir. What's the rosary do? Increases the critical chance. Heals instantly 20% life if below 20% life. Okay, it worked. I'm gonna die. I died. So we must get a new captain then. We do. We get a new captain. Captain Blood has died. Captain Blood has met his demise. What a shame. This was a nightmare, wasn't it? Now we can reload, and I think I probably will. We did it. We killed the captain. But at what cost? At what cost? But you can see, we can now capture this ship. Which is much better than ours. Do you know what? I'm going to load my game. That didn't go as well as I'd hoped. And I would quite like to keep Captain Blood alive because he's the whole lifeblood of this series. So we need him alive. And I'm going to go straight back there, though, because that was a good ship. So let's go. First time playing in 6 years. Let me just remind you of that. But it would be nice if there was kind of like quests to pick up and stuff. Obviously, now that the game's getting a little bit of love, it is really quite out of date. There's a lot that they could do with improving on it. And the ship is still good, but it's not as good as the last one. And we have a couple of difficult enemies here. I'm going to send the grunts in first, and then I'll join them. So we're going to take out Sailor Jamie first, and then we'll start working on the enemies further along. I think we got this. We're doing pretty well. That's one down. Yeah, we got it. We got it. We can push them. There's another one down with a slow-mo death. And they're all dead. Excellent stuff. Let's open this chest. And of course, we're going to capture the ship. Now we have a nice, longer ship. And we've leveled up as well. And I think we automatically get the... Oh, we don't. So we're going to need to now go and buy some food. Let's have a look at where we can travel to. We've got islands. We've got pirates there. And another island there. There's a town there with an armory and a grocery store. We'll go there first. Now, I think when you're traveling across more than one tile, you can get random encounters as you go. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, it would be interesting if islands would give you quests and stuff, and you can see those sort of things in action as well, and kind of be told to go to a certain point on the map, and all of that sort of stuff. Would be really cool. They don't have that at the moment. Like I say, it was very... There we go, we got an encounter. Oh god, what have we got here then? Oof, right, okay, we got Sailor Stephen, Sailor Graham, and Captain Dix. They're all pretty low health, so let's have a look. We did get some level ups on our crew. Captain Blood, we're going to give him bonus damage, and then Clifford, we'll go with your vitality. Vitality twice, actually. Stacy Yokoyama, we'll increase your intelligence so you get lots of passive XP. We'll give you a nice bit of pay. And then, let's have a look. I think I'll be taking this ship as well, actually. So, again, we'll send the grunts over, and I will follow. We'll have them go after Sailor Steven. Oh, they've gone for the tortoise instead. Well, this isn't fun. Quite difficult to keep on top of it, and because if you accidentally misclick, you're going to end up attacking one of your own. We have a crew member on very low health, so we're going to give them that elixir and the auto elixir. What else did we get? We've got combat evasion, toilet study, and counterattack. We'll give them counterattack. Ace recovers 50% of life. Okay. And we'll give them toilet study. Now we all know how to poop properly, apparently. Clifford has good agility already, so we'll give him combat evasion as well. Much better. And that's it. We've taken the ship and all of the pets that are on it as well. Excellent. Right, that is our ship now. I do want to capture the enemy ship, and we get all of the pets. Oh no, we didn't get the pets. Oh, we should have just killed them then. What a shame. What a shame. But what did we get? Did we get any extra bits? Oh, we can't see them, of course, until we get to an island. Stupid. Right, world map. Oh wait, animals. Nope, I didn't get any. Right, well, back to the world map then. So there's a town there, and we're just going to have to keep going. But we're doing well. This is the best I've done in the game, actually. Not that I played it for very long when I first had it. It just seemed a little bit empty. And it still does, but it's... Oh, there's another hostile encounter. Here we go. They've got a panda. A panda, a crab. Alright, let's do it. Don't attack the panda, please. Just get Captain Milofsky. I mean, because we can't take the panda, we're probably just going to have to end up killing it anyway. I should have waited until I had more health. This could end wrong. This could end very badly. This was a bad idea. Where's our crew? Stacy, again, is at the forefront of it all. Oh, this isn't good. We'll give her a critical chance. Oh, wait. We'll give her the ace. Is it going to help? I think it has. She seems to be okay. Don't die, Stacy. Oh, Stacy. Stacy. We'll kill the crab. We'll kill the tortoise. This is a revenge mission now. I can't believe Stacy's gone. I really don't want to kill the panda, but I'm going to plunder the ship anyway, so... Oh, what a nightmare. Well, it looks like we're going to plunder this ship, take the money all the way back to an island when we finally get to it, and then we'll have to hire another crew member. We got a small bra from the panda. What? What? A small bra. What was going on this ship before we turned up? Right, we'll have the rest of the crew come back as well, because this ship is going to get blown to smithereens. We've got about 20 minutes left before we move on and start some Planet Zoo stuff. I'm going to take a short break. Those of you who have shown up for this one to begin with, thank you for watching. I know it's not a game I normally play, but I got really excited when they said they were going to bring it back and continue working on it. So I thought we'll give it a go. We'll see what it's looking like. Right, we got Spice Knob is the name of the town we're going to. So we've found a bra and a panda, and now we're going to a town called Spice Knob. I mean, good game. But, you know, it's nice. If you like the kind of Terraria style of things and some of the other kind of side-scrolling things like that, it's really good. Right, we've got weapons, we've got food, we've got goods, and we've got items. There's no tavern here, but we do need to buy some food because we're running pretty low on it. So I'm going to go onto the land. I mean, the good thing about not having a tavern is this guy won't go and spend all my money. If you've not played the game, when you dock at a town that has a tavern in, yeah, I know, exactly, Pandy. Absolutely ridiculous. But it's now just a ship of two degenerates. Right, let's buy some food. We're going to buy some fruit, and we'll buy some... We can't buy meat because we need to cook the meat on the ship first, and we need someone trained in cooking. So we'll buy fruit and citrus. That'll stave off the scurvy for a little bit. And then we'll get back in our boat, and we're going to have to go find some crew. I should also probably pay this crew member and myself. Apparently, if you don't pay yourself as the captain as well, your morale can get quite low as well. You can see mine's on 87% because I'm hoarding all the gold here. Clifford, I'm not so sure about. My hunger's dropping a little bit, so let's have a look at our ship setup. Now, as you can see, we've collected a fair few extra blocks and stuff to expand our ship. And the ship kind of design interface is pretty easy. Everything just kind of snaps on. So we could, like, build this out here. And, yeah, we can then go to this half block and you can rotate it. I can't remember how you rotate it. Oh, you just click it again and it rotates around. Yeah, we can do that. That is not amazing, but then you've got your decoration blocks. So a cannon, where you want to put like any cannons. We've got some on this ship already. And then here's just kind of like your deck. So I'm going to move the deck along a little bit. We've got wood walls here that match the ones we've already got. Another cannon window, which we can't... Oh, no. Oh, no. Wait a minute. I've just removed some of my hull. Get the hull back in. Wooden ladder, obviously let you go up and down levels, and then we've got blue decks as well. I'm going to get rid of that red deck, and then we'll put in the red deck there, and then we've got a couple of blue wooden walls that we'll put down as well. So yeah, very much you can see that it's been influenced by the creators of Terraria, who did work on it. We can edit our flag, but I don't have a flagpole yet, so there's no point. Let's have a quick look over at the crew again, because we should have some level ups. We'll give Clifford a bit more strength, and should we give Clifford the... It recovers 100% morale. Wearing a bra gives you morale. I mean, maybe it does. And a tortoise egg, which is a valuable item. Crab meat, which gives you life. Clifford, you're wearing the bra, mate. Oh, it did mean I didn't have to pay him much. Oh, you just use the bra as a usable item. This game confuses me. I don't remember it being this stupid. Right, okay, I'm going to eat. Right, let's have a look at the world map. Where can we go? So, what is going on? The town is called Pole Garden. Why are they giving me these crude names? Oh, Clifford's our cleaner, isn't he? Yes, Clifford is our cleaner. So, if you've not played the game before, you can see that it's got quite a bit of crude humour in it. It's a lot of fun, and I did enjoy it when it first came out. Obviously, I didn't play a lot of it, and then it kind of got abandoned. It's nice to see it back, though. There's nothing really here. There's a tavern. Excellent. More crew. Right, let's go get some crew members. Right, so... he did consume the bra for morale. Yeah, he did. I'm getting... by the way, if I'm replying late to your chats, it's because stream delay and first time streaming with people actually chatting. So thanks for coming along and chatting, Pandy. I really appreciate it. But yeah, he did consume the bra and it gave him morale, which meant I didn't have to pay him as much. I've just realised my stream overlay is kind of interfering with the actual top tooltip here, but these are your groups. So when you have a larger crew, you can assign them to certain groups, and then you can then select a group, and that will then allow you to give them orders. Because we don't have anyone assigned to those groups, I can't give them orders. But yeah, you would basically assign a crew member to a certain group, and then you use these drag actions to command them on where to go. It's quite difficult to kind of pick up, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. Right, we've got some pretty experienced crew members here. Abel Valent. Heath Applebaum. He was a demon god. Frederick Boxer was a priest. Well, his surname doesn't tell me that. Otto Moreo was an oil man, and his stat value's 12. I mean, we could go over Thomas Williams for 60 more gold, and he was a gambler and has a stat value of 24. We'll take him, and then we'll take a little bit of a lowly. Otto, you're in. We've got 4 crew members now. Right, where we're going to go? Let's get back to the ship. Of course, with more crew members, more money, more food. More poo. I mean, yeah. Very crude, very fun, but I'm really hoping they add some sort of like quest stuff to it where you go to an island and someone will give you a quest like go find these items or go do that. Because at the moment, it is literally just grinding, going from bit to bit on the map, keeping your ship in good order, building it up by destroying others, and then you go and look for these legendary pirates. Obviously, you can get better at map reading and stuff, which when you come to the world map, it will unlock more tiles. But here we've got lots of pirates with a danger of 2. We're going to go take one of them on because we need to build up our gold reserves again. There's a big help sign here. It's just a tutorial. It doesn't help you out if you're getting attacked and dying, which is a bit of a shame, but that's life, I guess. And the music's good as well. It's got a nice soundtrack. What the little voice things can get a little bit annoying at sometimes because they've only got a small number of them. Right, we've got 2 captains only on here on this tiny little ship. So I'm actually going to have my entire crew move over and we're going to just destroy them. Oh, they're jumping up there and rappelling across. Is that... Oh, okay, that's probably because that's the highest point there. Right, okay, well that's good to know. I may have to tweak the ship next time we get to a port. But we got this. This is fine. Although, we're going to lose that crew member already. Oh, no. Otto Moreo has died. I should have left him as like a training one, really, shouldn't I? Right, we'll destroy that urn anyway. Poor Otto. He was so young. Right. Back to the ship, everybody. Yeah, so they kind of grapple onto that area. It might be worth us removing that kind of extra bit I put on the end of it so that they just grapple onto this area of the hull instead. But everybody's left. Boom. Bye-bye, Otto. The sharks have you now. Back to the world map. We can't mourn Otto for too long. We'll go to this island. The island of Freddy. I'm not sure why you'd call an island Freddy. Maybe a guy called Freddy discovered it. Look at the sun. It's looking pretty glum. No, the grappling up's pretty good. It's just I'd rather they grappled to this lower section of the hull than off the top one because it's a longer route. They generally tend to gather in your like hull area rather than up on the main deck. And if you can get them quicker onto the other ship, especially when there's a group of them going over, like Otto was the first one to get over the other side there, and that was bad for us because he's not got a lot of XP, and that's why he died. So we've got, oh god, 222 health on that spider. Right, there's a lot of spiders on this island. We're not going to do it. We're just going to leave it. That will sure as hell lead to us all dying. Right, back to the world map. Danger level 3 on these pirates, and a level 2 there. Pole Garden's there. Right, let's go take on these pirates. And I think we're coming to the end of the stream for this little bit anyway. But we're going to take a short break and then we're going to go play some Planet Zoo. You're going to see stuff that is going to be in this weekend's episode. I've done this weekend's episode. It's all ready to go. It's going to upload tonight and be released on the usual Saturday time. But it was just a terraforming episode. I've been developing like the new wetlands area, pretty much mapped it all out, given it a vague idea. But it's not finished, and because it was quite a light episode for actual like showing you stuff getting made, I've decided tonight we're going to do an hour streaming building my capybara habitat, which is the first part of the new wetlands area. So we've got 3 pirates here. We're going to send in the crew. Yeah, so they kind of congregate over here and they grapple from there, which would be fine if they all kind of stayed up there, but they're not doing that. So we're going to go take on Captain Hopkinson first. We want to make sure that they get on the ship, because what can happen is, you can see there's a lot of knockback going on. If you get knocked off the end of the ship and you drown, that's it, you're done. I think we've got this though. It's a pretty easy fight, although I am taking a fair bit of damage. Come on, Captain Blood. There we go, nice and easy. And then we'll open that chest. They want to talk with me. You can't talk with me. I'm busy. So we've got 2 new weapons there and the auto elixir, which we know instantly restores health when you drop a little bit lower. I think we're going to just plunder this ship. If we plunder it while they're on the ship, of course, that'll kill the crew as well. I think we're ready. Hey! 4 wooden blocks, 3 walls, 3 wooden decks, and 463 gold. Nice. Right, okay. Right, I think that'll do. We will actually go back to our world map, and we're going to go back to Pole Garden. And that's where we'll finish for Pixel Piracy. It's been quite fun to come back into it. I mean, I died once, but cheesed it and reloaded because I didn't want Captain Blood to die. But when your captain does die, they are replaced with a new, where one of the crew members will... Oh, God. Right, looks like we're going to have to be engaging this lot as well. You have another panda, a parrot. Oh, parrots. We've got a sailor there, and the captain. How's my health looking? Right, let's just quickly see if our crew have any skills to go up. Yes, I'm just going to boost all my strength up, actually. Yep, and then Clifford... We'll give Clifford a little bit more dexterity. And we'll give Thomas... nothing, because he hasn't got an upgrade yet. But he can learn how to poop properly. Ah, a treasure map uncovers the location of buried treasure. Okay, that's good to know. I don't know if that does something straight away or... Oh, they've just launched some poo at me. Fun. Right, here we go. I'm going in first. I'm going to go straight for the captain. Apparently I'm not going straight for the captain because I just ran straight past him. Right, okay, here we go. I'm getting ganged up on now. But I think, now that the rest of the crew are here, we've got this. Very chaotic. Very chaotic. There we go. Right, it's done. Yeah, yeah. And we're going to have to take down the panda again. We didn't get a bra this time. It dropped a cutlass. Yeah, absolutely. I don't fancy potty training crew either. I think when you recruit them, they're just babies. They don't know anything. And you literally have to train them in absolutely everything. Right, hopefully now we can get ourselves to the town and just end things. Thunder. There we go. Right, world map. Ah, there it is. Good old Pole Garden. I don't know. Right, okay. Just chopping some bird poop off the deck. Are we there? We made it! Right, we're going to go to the tavern, get some grog. I'm going to call it there. Pretty successful, make sure to save the game. Okay, well that's fine. Right, that's us done. With the first section of the stream, I'm going to take a short break. I think you do. I think you need a cage or some food or something, or you may need training in actually like the animals. I've not looked into that too much, but I will, because it would be nice to actually have some at some point. I may continue playing this game, but it was just interesting to come back to it after such a long time. But we're going to move on, play some Planet Zoo next after a short break. So if you're sticking around, I'll see you in about 5 minutes when we kick off our Capybara build. See you guys in a bit. Okay, we're back. Hello again. It's time for some Planet Zoo. So just to forewarn you, you're going to see some stuff that has already been developed. Obviously, as I've already mentioned, if you're just joining us, this is going to be live on Saturday. The new video is going to come out on Saturday, and we're basically going to be showing you everything that's been developed as I map out the wetlands. So let's just go straight into the game. And here we are. Welcome back to Arcadia. First time live. So you can see a lot's kind of happened here. I'm going to do a quick little showcase of what's coming up. So we're going to just have a quick look over here. I've built a staff area here that's going to be worked on at some point, but that was mainly so I could start getting down the foundations of the new build. Capybara are going in here. Next to them is the caiman. Over here, beaver, American alligator in here, sea lion. And then down here, we're going to have the Nile lechwe and the pygmy hippo. Then they're going to go through this mountainous region here, where there's going to be some exhibits and vendors and stuff. And then they're going to come out where we're going to have the red-crowned crane, Malayan tapir, the gharial, water buffalo, platypus. What is that? Oh, the Asian small-clawed otter, saltwater crocodile, and the proboscis monkey. Now, knowing how much of this I need to fill and how many animals I want to put in, at a later date, we're probably going to have some more animals added to this. Like, I know with the capybara, you can have, like, capuchin monkeys in there. I think that would be pretty cool. And there's certainly space for us to develop this. But tonight, we're going to work on our capybara habitat. Now, I've already done some research in advance of this so that I've got all of the enrichment items and stuff unlocked for the capybara. We've got plenty of money in the bank. I'm just going to clear those notifications. We've got $431,000 in the bank, which is really nice. We are 27 years into this year already, so I've been doing a lot of management and kind of getting everything ready. There was a huge path going through here because I had some problems with the trains, but we're going to sort those out off camera and get it all nice and working well again. So let's build a capybara habitat. I'm going to start by removing that. Right, first things first, the capybara, lots to do here. So the first thing I want to do is go into our Zoopedia, and we're going to have a look at the types of foliage and stuff that the capybara need. We already have all of their enrichment items ready. We just need to know exactly what it is that they want. So it's South American foliage and stuff, and then biomes are aquatic, grassland, or tropical. Now I'm going to keep it mainly grassland themed, because if I show you my kind of plans for the whole thing, there's going to be like 3 types of grassland, 3 types of tropical, and we're going to go through different continents and biomes. In fact, if I just tab out a second. Hello, welcome to my nerve center. I just need to open up my Planet Zoo text document here, and I will give you a quick preview of what it is. So here we go. Let's bring this across. Capybara, South America, grassland, aquatic. Dwarf caiman's going to be grassland, aquatic, and the giant otter is also grassland and aquatic. That's what we're going for. So let's go back in. We know that our capybara is only going to have South American grassland plants in there. So then we'll go over to our nature, and we will change our plants to bio, grassland, and continent, South and Central America. So it doesn't give us a lot to play with, but what we can do is mix it up with a couple of tropical things as well. If we have a look at our rocks, it gives us savanna rocks, which I don't really want to use in this area yet, but we'll just have to make do and mend, I guess. We don't quite know yet what our capybara require in terms of like terrain and stuff. But yeah, let's start building some stuff. So you may remember the tunnel here comes through. This is actually our railway tunnel going from the entrance right through to Old Town. And they get a little glimpse of things. Oh, by the way, I am removing these barriers. They're going to be null barriers. We're not playing around with that too much. I don't like using the barriers unless I'm doing like an underwater viewing exhibit. So what we're going to try and do is make sure that these capybara can't break through this forested area. That's a river, Lee, not a forest. We're going to make sure that they can't swim through and escape the habitat or get eaten by the caimans that are in the next one. So we'll probably build up a couple of rocks and stuff, make a little waterfall, and just make sure that they can't escape. I'm not going to bring them in yet. I did have them in before. We had some basic ones in from the Frontier Planet Zoo kind of, you know, the stuff you buy money for that have no real attributes that are worth anything. I've also had a lot of conservation points from my red foxes, so we've actually been able to bring in some very well kind of bred conservation-based capybaras as well, which should give us a really nice opportunity to start breeding our own. But we're going to go back over here and I'm going to start doing this. So this large area of water, I want a waterfall to come down into this pool here. So the first thing to do is going to be to start building up our rocks. I'm going to get rid of the grassland requirement here, and we're just going to go with temperate. Where are we? Or we could go tropical because they give us some rocks and we can use the moss. Yeah, okay, so we'll go with that. We'll take on the tropical rocks and we'll use some of the mossy rocks as well. Right, okay, you're going to see some rock work live. My God. It's really weird building and doing stuff on camera when there are people watching compared to actually just doing it off cam, because I feel like I can make all of the mistakes in the world with my rock work when I'm doing this, when nobody's watching. And now I'm like, you're going to see all of the bits that don't make the edits. But we're currently working on like 15-degree rotations. We're going to build up a nice little baseline of rock work around here. And this is basically going to be a little cave where the capybara can go to rest and escape if they get a bit nervous. And the waterfall is going to give us a little bit of extra coverage on this side. So that's going to be nice to do as well. We're just going to start by moving our rocks around. We're not too bothered about the textures and stuff and whether we're having overlapping things here, because we're going to cover this up with a secondary layer and probably some foliage as well. But we do still want to make sure that the rocks kind of fit nicely together, just in case we have some gaps in that at a later date. And I have to do this, so I'm apologising in advance for the camera work. I have to keep checking back. It is always hard, Mischief. It's very difficult in Planet Zoo. But once I think you get a system, very much in the same with like foliage and stuff, when you're comfortable with something that you do, it becomes a lot easier. And especially if you can like link some things together and make a little blueprint. One of the things I did over with like Old Town and stuff was make those blueprints. And if you saw the episode where I did like the finishing touches, that was all foliage, but it cost a crap load of money. And yeah, so these barriers are going to go, but I want to make sure that the rocks aren't poking through into our tunnel. So that's something that we're going to need to be aware of. Excuse the lag. I'm recording and streaming. So the stuff that you're seeing here, I'm actually recording in the background without the stream overlay. So this is actually going to be part of the episode that's coming next Saturday. So you won't have to watch it if you watch it live, but please do watch it still, because that would be really nice. Right, let's get back to some rocks. I'm talking too much about other stuff. This stream might end up running way over. I only wanted to spend an hour, but I don't want to spend an hour doing stuff and just have you see me do a couple of rocks because I've spent so much time talking. Now, let's just have this so that we know that it's coming back. There we go. Right, that's good. And then we'll just have this jut up a little bit more. I don't really like the rotation on that. There is a flat piece of this rock. That's it. So we'll get that angle back that way, and then we will... It's disgusting. I'm so sorry. Playing around with these weird rocks like that and going back in. There we go. Right, that's better. And then we're going to have it come back down to this level. Do I like that? No, I don't. We'll just leave that as it is. And then we need it to go up because we need to hide the top of this. Now, the problem here is it might actually stick through the underside of what's above it. But I always like to set things back a little bit when we're doing this sort of stuff so that it kind of sticks back into the environment. And yes, I know there's other rocks we can play around with, but these larger ones for now will do the job. And then we just need to find a way to merge the tropical rocks with our terrain. So one of the things I'm always conscious of is these rocks that are different from your initial kind of start. Like this is a temperate zoo. Any other kind of rock doesn't really sit nicely with it. So even if I was to get the terrain painting tools out now, let's just have a quick example. If I get this rock rough terrain paint out, the textures and the colours don't match. Soil, heavy, kind of matches, so we could get away with that. And that looks okay, actually. But this kind of becomes something where you have to make the rock work really hard. And then you get, and we'd probably mix in a few temperate rocks at the top, a couple of fallen trees and stuff, and then bring in our waterfall. So let's get back to this. Coming back round with our tropical rock, I'm conscious of the fact that I need to be aware of this being actually a part of an actual proper video on the channel. So I'm trying not to do too much going back and doing little bits and pieces on top of it. Right, this is gonna work just, and what I'm gonna then do is we'll just find that nice flat rock. There we go, and we'll pop this one down as well. And then we'll have that come back out a little bit so that it's sticking over. Yes, this is it. Right, and now that we've got this in place, we can just drag this all the way across. I think I need to change my axis to the one that we're currently on. Yeah, that'll stop it doing that weird thing where it just goes back a couple of pixels every time you move it. So this just gives us a nice little bit of coverage on the top here and hides the gaps where the train tunnel is. Bring it forward a touch because I think the train tunnel does take a little bit of a weird route. And then we'll pop another rock down there to cover all of that nastiness up. So I'll just grab this. We'll pull this all the way across. And yeah, that fits in nicely. Perfect. Right, now let's make a couple of adjustments here. See, that's sticking through. Just nudge it back out. And then we'll pull this one all the way up and sink it back a little bit. It's all very intricate. I get quite bored of doing the rock work. But I think when you do it right, you get such a nice effect on it. That is far too big. So we're going to grab this tropical rock here, drop it down. Yeah, that works. And then we'll just kind of squeeze that in there. I swear, once this bit's done, we're not going to be doing any of this anymore. We'll be back onto the good stuff. Oh, God, what have I done with the rotation here? There, that works. And then we can... Does it work? Yes, right, that's what I want. And then we'll pull this across. It can kind of obscure the wall there a little bit. Yeah, great. Okay, now we're talking. Right, now that that initial bit is done, this doesn't look amazing to start with, but the more we put in, the more we can like level it all out and get it looking really nice. So we're going to bring these ones back in, and I'm just going to start working my way through and balancing it all out a little bit. So this slightly larger tropical rock we'll put down, and we can even start adding a couple of different rotations on these bits. Yeah, that looks good. And then we'll just give a slight... I'll take my 15-degree angles off, so we've just got free movement of the whole thing. Bring that down and rotate this around a little bit more. Okay, we're getting somewhere, slowly but surely, and this is just the whole process of rock work, as I'm sure those of you who play the game as well. Oh God, thank you. It does take a lot of patience, honestly. This is one of the reasons why, like, over Christmas, a lot of my videos took... they were right up to the wire because I was losing so much patience with things. It was getting very frustrating. And I think I really have to be in like the mood to do stuff, and especially because I'm trying to push myself every time to make builds that are better. And yeah, we can't have that rock sticking out there. It's gonna cause a train crash. Right. Yeah. So I do get very impatient at times, and I just want it to be finished because, as well as like the build itself, there's a lot of editing stuff going into it, and yeah, it takes a long time, but. I think the patience does give you a reward eventually, but for a long time, I mean, until I started creating content for YouTube with Planet Zoo, I barely played the game. I'd start building something and it would get too frustrating when things didn't go the way you wanted them to go, and it just, yeah, it put me off. But after seeing like other creators come and do it, and decide. I mean, to be honest, I never expected the Planet Zoo stuff to take off, and it's been my most viewed content on the channel, which is why I wanted to keep it going. It's just a shame that the content that took off on here is the stuff that takes the longest time to create and edit and put together. Like, obviously, sticking around if you were here for the previous part of the stream, like little games like that, I can rattle off in like half an hour to an hour, and it's just a quick edit. You chop bits out of it, but here you've got to be so, you know, you got to be so dedicated to do it. And there's so many creators out there. Somebody mentioned ZSH Plays not too long ago, who's doing amazingly well, and he's doing some incredible stuff, like really unique. He's got one at the moment that is part of it's like set in the Chernobyl exclusion zone, and he creates a very famous picture of the deer returning to the exclusion zone. Like, he's created it piece for piece, and it's absolutely incredible. So, you know, if you like to expand the types of Planet Zoo creators you watch, I would thoroughly recommend ZSH Plays. He's fantastic. Like, hugely detailed builds, like way more detailed than me. And I consider myself a little bit better in terms of putting in the detail and the work and stuff. So what I'm going to try and do now is I'm going to try and just grab all of these and duplicate them. This is stuff that I don't tell you about in the actual recordings. I do a lot of this. I've mentioned it before, but I like to duplicate stuff and just rotate it and then slot it in somewhere else. And as long as you make it look like it's not actually an obvious duplication. There we go. Look at that. Fits perfectly. And then all we have to do is duplicate some of these little pieces here and just make sure that, again, it's not fitting. See, that's jutting through, so we'll just move that back across a little bit so that it's not interfering with the tunnel. Great. And then we'll just grab these little pieces here. We're going to duplicate these as well and just push them in, rotate them a touch more. Yeah, I think that works. And then we can put like a little bush in there, or if I can't find anything that's going to fit in, then I'll just fill it in with another rock. So this is now starting to take a little bit of shape. There's something I've seen a lot of creators do using, what are they? I need to remember where they are, for one. I think they're in nature. They're not stalagmites or stalactites. It's like the... Oh, it is. It's the twilight stalactites. Is this the one? Yeah, I've seen them do this where they... let's just get my 15-degree angle back on. So they grab these and they make like a little wall out of them. And it looks like mud that's kind of, I don't know, come down, like made a little mud wall out of it. Let me just see if I can do it, because I think that would look really nice in here right now. So we're just going to try and color match it a little bit. This is another thing. There's actually some color matching stuff on some of the forums and in the Discord where they've kind of worked out what the actual color codes are for certain parts of like certain materials, and it's really useful. Although, because I like to make things difficult for myself, I've not used them myself. But yeah, let's just try and get that in. Yeah, that looks good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and match the color as best as I possibly can. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, that works. So they basically duplicate these to create a really nice little section that looks like mud that's built up on the face of like a build and stuff. See it a lot using the to do the outlines of certain parts of a habitat and stuff. I think it's the stalactites anyway. It might be something else, but I've not really explored all of this. Yeah, it's I'm gonna have to credit people who I've seen do it. Like oh, who's done it? It's probably ZSH Plays, because I've been watching a lot of his content lately. But yeah, you kind of make this little wall here, and it basically looks like mud that's built up and gotten wet and been washed down a little bit, and then you create a larger kind of texture of it, duplicating it and then moving it into place. But yeah, there's so much creativity that goes on in the Planet Zoo community. I'm endlessly impressed by the stuff that they come out with all the time, and that's another thing. You feel like you've got to play catch up all the time with these things, because just when you think you've got something done, someone else comes along and breaks the mold again. And it's very impressive. So I'm going to spin these around just so that we've got a little bit of a difference in the textures. And that's very, very basic. If you see someone else doing it, they've done it infinitely better than me, but it's nice to practice it, and then we can kind of come in with some of our foliage and stuff. And what have we got? So we don't actually have a lot that we can... Wait a minute. Oh, that's because I've left that search on. So our biome is grassland, and our continent is South America. Doesn't give us a lot to play around with, but you know, we could do stuff like put the trees in and sink them all the way down like I've seen before, but those trees are absolutely huge. Omboot, oh my god. Tickseed, African oil palm, and common reeds. We don't have a lot to play with here. Let's open it up to tropical, which gives us a lot more in terms of our options, but I want to try and make sure that I'm not putting too much in to interfere. Like I've already said, the main theme of this, it gives me the scaviolas, my favourites. That's good. I do want to try and keep it thematic because this area has a lot to go into, and I don't want to revert to type and be using the same sort of foliage all the way through. And there we go. We just cover that up, and then we get that nice little mud texture, building up a couple of layers, lots of stuff. And we just need to make sure that the capybara can pathfind easy on here as well, because they've got little stumpy legs, and we need to make sure that they're able to move stuff. And then what we can also do where this stuff here is if I'm going to do this, I'm going to need to just duplicate the stalactite, and then we'll go back into our nature. And where's that Spanish hanging moss gone? Oh, why did it do that? Right, this isn't going to work, is it? Always playing around with stuff, and it doesn't always work well. But we can get the strangler fig roots and then sink them into this little mud bank that we've made here. And then that looks really cool, actually. Yeah. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. This is looking good. So this is the basic kind of structure of how things are going to go. And if we just zoom out, it's already taking shape. Now, obviously, we need to kind of build around here because this large pool of water, I want to put in that waterfall to make it like give that nice like hidden area here. So the capybara are going to be able to pathfind around behind that waterfall where there's going to be a sleeping area. I mean, I could probably fall asleep next to a waterfall. It would be relaxing. I'd probably need the toilet a lot, but who knows? That's another thing. When I actually release the video for this episode, none of this commentary is going to be in because it's all going to be me talking in a really nice and professional manner. Whereas in the live stream, you're getting like stuff that you'll never hear me say before. But right, let's quickly duplicate this because I'd like to have this rock work extend all the way along. And I want to try and really box this in now. So we need to, sorry, again, do a little bit of dodgy camera work. You're going to see stuff that you don't like. It's going to whiz around a little bit. Keep getting notifications that my black-tailed prairie dogs are maturing. See, yeah, they would love the waterfall, wouldn't they? They are very chill. We're going to need to build them a little spa, aren't we? That's probably going to be something. Now, I have actually set aside an area. Let me just take you over to the area where I've set aside for the spa for the capybaras. So there's this little pool here that I'm going to kind of develop and turn into a little spa area, like a little hot spring for them. And maybe we'll really go to town on that and make it look really good, like we did with the raccoons where we had their little castle. Speaking of which, the raccoons are a management nightmare. They are breeding crazy. See, yeah. Well, yeah. I may not sleep well, but I definitely sleep under a waterfall. I'm actually quite jealous. My sister, she lives in the Lake District, which, you know, if you don't know the UK, it's one of our like big national parks. And there's a lot kind of there. You're very much in nature. And she's been to so many like little hidden waterfalls and secret lakes. And she does a lot of wild swimming and stuff. And me, I'm just a scrub from the city. So I don't get out in nature a lot, which is a bit of a shame. But, you know, I live quite close to a really nice park. So it's nice to kind of go back and explore that. And yeah, that's a lot of fun. I went for my first run today in a very long time. And it was quite nice. I do have actually a very special build planned very soon, which I'm really looking forward to sharing with you. That's going to come at the end of this month. That's going to be part of the development of the the little campsite that we're building near the entrance that leads into the wetlands district. I'm really looking forward to that one. It's a very personal build to me, and it's going to be a bit of an emotional one, I think, but I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you. Those of you who are new to the channel, I'm not trying to bring anything down or bring the mood of the stream down. My dad actually passed away last year, around about the end of February. But it happened in one of the most beautiful places in the UK, in my opinion. And I'm going to be recreating a place called Caulfield's Quarry, which is in the UK. It was a quarry a very long time. It's right on Hadrian's Wall, and there's a mile castle like right next to it. If you know a bit about your Roman history, just a quick one. When the Romans built Hadrian's Wall, they had castles at each mile posting so that, you know, the guardsmen had somewhere to sleep and rest on patrols and stuff. And it's just such a beautiful location. And I'm going to be building that as a little memorial to immortalize that kind of location in game. I'm really actually looking forward to it. It's going to be a nice way to kind of not be upset about what is probably going to be a very tough time. And I'm quite excited to bring that to the channel because my dad loved gaming. He didn't game himself, but he loved watching me. He really enjoyed watching me play Skyrim and stuff. And I sent him all of the kind of like promo material for the latest Elder Scrolls Online patches, which I still play. And yeah, you always got excited about that sort of stuff. So it's going to be nice to kind of have that little nod in there. I'm going to bring some of these rocks up now to the top here and try and get something working for the actual waterfall. Now, I'm probably not going to create that in this episode, but I at least want to get the foundations put in for it so that we can get that all ready to go. And this sort of extra trail off here, I may put a little bit in there to smooth that out, but it's not particularly necessary right now. And what I have noticed is this thing is poking through. I don't know if I can probably delete that now, can't I? Yeah, that is completely irrelevant. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably talk about it more when I actually record the episode and stuff, but I've gotten very excited to actually create that content and create a really nice location. And because I don't do a lot of like stuff that's based on real life, it's going to be nice to have a bit of a real life location in the zoo as a little bit of a nod to it. And it is truly an amazing place. It used to, like, it was a stone quarry, and it just kind of got filled in. But it's got this really, like, sheer cliff edge going in, and then it's just this lovely little pool of water now. So it's really cool. It's a really nice location. But yeah, so this is looking okay. We're getting somewhere. Once this rock face is done, I think I need to build something kind of building-y. That didn't make any sense. Building is not a word. But yeah, so let me just quickly show you the staff area here. So this has a lot of staff stuff in, as well as our like power. But here is a backstage area. So I want to create a small building here that our staff will go through to actually access the habitat itself. And I might build like an auxiliary storage area here. But we've got to remember these barriers aren't going to be here anymore. So we need to kind of figure out how we're going to do barriers. There was a path going down here. As you can see, it joins up with the rest of the entrance. So guests are going to be able to walk all the way around here. We're going to put a really small barrier in here, get rid of the glass, and then carry on with stuff. But let me get back to this because this is taking shape now. Obviously, we're going to have to merge these two rocks a little bit. And I think that might be a good time to use those stalactites that we played around with earlier on, to just give it a little bit more of a defined edge and merge those pieces together in a better way. Because right now, it's not, you know, it's patchy. To say the least, it's patchy. But yeah, let's, right, here, I quite like the way these rocks come together. So I'm going to bring these out a little bit, so that they line up there. And then we can continue our work here. Look at this. I've not smoothed that at all. And I really like to smooth my terrain development. So we'll pop a rock down there. And then the same again here. Just ever so slightly. Little bits of rotations here and there. You know how I do things. You've seen these videos before where I'm doing a little bit of rock work. But it's quite nice to see it slow down and in real time. I mean, I'd love to hear if people are actually interested in more kind of real-time build stuff. I love the speed build content, but I feel like because you have to get them down into a little bit more of a defined kind of time slot for your episodes, I like mine to be no more than half an hour, because you guys, oh yeah, totally, I get lazy and impatient with my barriers as well. Honestly, it gets a bit of a nightmare. There's a lot of stuff I get impatient with. That's probably why a lot of my things look really basic. Like if we were to go look over at the European fallow deer or what have you, a lot of the stuff I've designed is not actually, it's pretty basic. Some of the stuff I've been really proud of, but then other times when I'm working on a build, I just want to get it finished. And like things like barriers and guest education boards, I completely forget about, because I'm like, I'm excited about this bit and I want to do this now. So it gets very hectic, and then I get lazy and forget about some of the things. That's why I felt really bad a couple of weeks ago when I put that episode out. And I was like, this is not the standard I am used to. And I had to do that finishing touches episode, which is why the launch of season 2 has been a little bit delayed. I had planned originally to finish the first season at Christmas and start the new year with all of the new content and stuff. But it didn't pan out that way because Christmas was a really busy time and I was rushing episodes out and it wasn't great. But that's another thing why I really admire all of the other creators. Okay, well, that's good. That's good to know. I'll maybe put out some little real-time things. I've been thinking about bringing the minisodes back as well, but there's so much Planet Zoo content that you can create. It's mental, but I've not had the chance to do it all. And this is another reason why I really like the other creators in the Planet Zoo community, because the stuff they churn out on a weekly basis is crazy, man. Honestly, I don't know how they do it. I don't have the time to do it. I mean, most of them are probably now just full-time creators because they've really gotten like huge jumps in their subscribers and stuff, but I could not do that. It takes me long enough to actually do this, and because I'm working and doing other things as well, it's just a bit of a crazy time, and it takes so long to just put one single video together, especially when you want to do everything detailed and stuff. I mean, I know a lot of creators kind of develop their own shortcuts and stuff, like they'll have blueprints and all of that sort of thing, but a lot of my stuff I just do on the fly from the off and hope that it works. Like, so here we've got this really nice, like, varied, detailed rock surface where there's a lot of different things, and we can put in. Let's actually just come in and I'll grab some scaviolas. We put them in. Where are we? Scaviola. There we go. So no, we don't want it on that side. We want it. If we nestle it in there, then we drop it down a touch and just sink it in. Then we get that nice little overlap and the overhanging kind of leaves from the bushes, and we can start putting in some other stuff. We can we can bring in those strangler roots, have them hanging down over the rock face, and just have little patches of leaf work coming in. Now the capybara, you can have up to like 100% coverage on the foliage for them, because they are, as you mentioned before, Mischief, they're very chill, so they shouldn't have a problem with all of the foliage. But we can then continue bringing stuff down. We can really give this a nice blanket coverage with foliage. Obviously, coming down to the water's edge here, I don't want to have my scaviolas in there, so we'll use the strangler fig roots. And we should probably put a strangler fig tree in here, because there's no point having all of these roots and then no tree. So that's something that we'll definitely put in, which again is a tropical tree, but I think we can get away with it. As long as we have some sort of grassland nod here, we should be okay. Like stuff like tick seed, I think, is a grassland one. So we can do that. Leave me alone notifications. These are all turned off, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Yeah, you can see some of the history here. We've had fights due to overcrowding, fights due to the... There's been a lot of fighting in the zoo lately. So I haven't had a chance to do some proper management. But yeah, let's get back to this. I keep getting distracted. Right, over to our rocks. We're going to take some of these tropical rocks here and start sinking them in as well. Wow, creepy crawlies. That was a long time ago. Very long time ago. Yeah, That was my first ever Planet Zoo video. Do you know what's really funny? That is still being discovered to this day. I don't know why it's still getting traction, but it's the most popular video on my channel. And when I look back at it now, I'm like, my God, we've come a long way. And I don't have the footage for it anymore, which is a shame because I want to go back and redo all my thumbnails and just really get everything matched up nicely so that there's a dedicated brand for the channel going all the way through. And all I have to go off to create a new thumbnail for that video is actually clipping a bit from the YouTube video itself, and it looks terrible. But I think there's a comment on there that says it looks like an insect-themed sex dungeon, which is... they're right. They're absolutely right. Yeah, but yeah, thank you for stealing it. I appreciate that. That was a long time ago, but it worked. It really helps with the starter franchise mode, just having that tiny little build in there where you can start churning out as many like exhibit animals as possible. One of the things I've done is, you know, the new feature that we've had with the recent update where you can set the breeding kind of levels and set the capacities for your exhibits. Every exhibit in here is now set up. I've expanded it a little bit so that they can have 2 breeding pairs in each exhibit. So we are churning out stuff like mad. Like I'm getting so many axolotls breeding and stuff. So that's one of the reasons why we've got so much money for it being a hard mode kind of zoo. So that is going really well. And also the red foxes, selling them has brought us in quite a lot of money. Now this is getting a little bit difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these and I'm going to just bring them out a little bit more. And then that gives us a little bit more stuff to play around with. Because then we can put some more rocks on this top level here. Right. Not that one, you're too big. These little ones, I really like this one. It's got a nice shape to it and the edge work on it is really nice and it fits in quite nicely. Yeah, you won't. Absolutely not. Yeah, the thing I don't like about the small exhibit builds and the paths and stuff was those exhibit, like the actual exhibit feature itself. It would be really nice if you could have like customizable versions of those so that they weren't just the box. Or it would be nice if, you know, they gave us something a little bit more detailed in that sort of respect so that we could have a little bit more freedom to play around with them. I mean, I'm kind of thinking stuff where if they allowed us to change the actual size of the box. So, you know, very much like we've got the walkthrough exhibits now that are like a 3x6 size or something. If we could have like one exhibit that was the length of 2, or you could have like a curved exhibit so you could put it on a corner and have guests come round. And obviously the community's kind of shared a lot of tips on how you can create those sort of things, and I've done a few myself. That's really cool, but it would be nice to have some different... I think exhibits could do with a little bit of love. I just think they add a lot to a zoo. They're a really nice like extra feature to put in. And I think the devs could do with putting a little bit more into giving them a bit of TLC, shall we say. Anyway, that's my little rant gone. But yeah, the pathing on exhibit builds can get absolutely crazy. It can be very frustrating. I'm not going to show you the entrance right now because one thing you'll see from the first episode where we actually terraform this section is there was a path running all the way through here, from here all the way to Old Town that kind of comes around the back of the farm. Okay, I'm going to show you something. This is the entrance right now. Look at this. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. But it's literally because I removed that path where people were getting a bit more spread out and they've all kind of ported over there. So that's not nice. Doesn't look great at all. But see, again, that's more stuff that gets cut out of the final edit. Me showing you the seedy underbelly of the zoo at the moment because it's in a bit of a state. I need to do a lot of management. So just going to rotate these rocks a little bit so that they don't look terrible. Yeah, exactly. I would run for the hills if I went to a zoo and that's what it was like. I'd be gone. I'd be demanding a refund. I know, it's horrible. There's 3,000 in here right now. I need to limit the guests again, actually, because what we got, 3,039. So, yeah, I need to limit those guests again. And I think, you know what? I think that'll do it for now. Let's put in a bit of terrain paint just to try and match it up. So heavy soil seems to work really well here with the tropical rocks that we've got in. And it comes down this side. We'll have that heavy soil kind of carry on. And we'll blend in a little bit with the stuff that's under here. Now, I don't want to blend it too much because I still don't know what the capybara require in terms of their terrain. We don't want to paint too much and then have them very upset and annoyed. Hello, Francis. Yeah, terrifying. I'd be gone. I'd be running miles. I'd probably be hiding here with a capybara. So we're going to design that waterfall. I think what I'll do is, what time are we on? Have I really been doing this for 45 minutes and I've only done this? Well, that's the truth of doing these builds. This is why I speed them up so much. So that's looking a lot better, I think. I would maybe like to put some stuff on the front of this area here. I'll maybe actually take the glass out altogether, and then put a couple of like wooden boards or something just to cover up the bottom part of the rock work there, the European stone. But that is looking a lot better. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to continue the rocks on to this section here. So we'll just grab a little section of what we've put in place. I think that'll do. And we'll pull that out. And we'll just start settling this in to the rest of the terrain. That's another thing I'm not really good at, to be honest. The hotkeys and shortcuts. I pay absolutely no attention to them. So it's probably going to be frustrating if you are pretty good at the hotkeys and stuff. And yeah, that's just how I play. It's how I learned, and it's how I'll always play, probably. I'm going to just sink some of this terrain down, just to expose the rocks a little bit more. And then we'll put another one in. Spin this. There we go. And we'll grab another few from somewhere else. I'll take this little swatch from the top here. Drag that across. Please ignore the staff buildings in the background. They aren't going to be like that forever. We're gonna build a proper staff area, but it is going to kind of sink into the ground. Oh god, I've highlighted way too much there. That was the train tunnel about to get removed. I've done it again. Oh, I'm not very good at the hotkeys for the paths either. What are they? Because that would be pretty useful to know. All I know is to change the elevation on them. That's about it. Coming back in here with the soil work. Right, and I think probably... I think we can carry on the rocks all the way to the end here. And then we'll make a start on what is going to be our building. What I'm going to do first, though, is I'm going to outline where my building's going to be. And then I'll have to adjust the barriers so that they match up. So for now, let's find a construction piece. And the theme for this, with it being wetlands, I kind of want to have a look at what content packs we can actually use here. So I'm going to go with aquatic and grasslands in South America. Okay, so we've got bamboo walls, painted bamboo. There's a lot we can play with here. Oh, amazing, the temple stuff. That's good. I really, really like these pieces. Oh, fantastic. Right, so the temple walls are going to be our stonework. Oh, amazing. I'm so glad this come up. Right, okay, so We're going to start with 1 meter high walls. I'm just going to make a basic structure here. There's not going to be a roof on it. I just want to map out what is going to be the backstage area. So we're going to have this, and we need to remember that it's going to stick out into this piece here. So let's just see if this does it for now. Then we'll exit that, and we will just move it so that it comes all the way over to here. So that sits flush with our path. And then we need to adjust the barrier. I'm just going to add an extra piece in here, and then we'll just swap it into place there. And this is probably going to move because I'm going to need to put a doorway in. So we need to make sure that the path fits properly so that we can actually fit in a door segment. If I go to this building again and we just take out that central section there, then we put in an archway from the temple sections. There we go. Then we can adjust everything here. So we'll take away the path like that, and we're actually going to need to put in another archway there. That's not going to... Yeah, we need to move these back. I hate this about making buildings. Really do. Okay. That's better. Now, let's have a look at our barrier here. We're going to adjust this a little bit. And we'll just try and get this flush. Oh, damn. Right, okay. We'll remove that altogether. Then we can adjust this barrier segment here. Add in another one. Add in another one. There we go. That's better. And as long as that... Oh, God, I've moved the whole thing. Let's undo that. Oh, God. Right. Oh, what's happened here? Right. Let's just reset there. That's better. And then that's the one. There we have it. Right, now we put our habitat gate in and just get it lined up nicely. Not there. That's not lined up nicely, Lee. Come on. There. Fantastic. Right, now we've got our kind of first entrance. I did not know UNJ was to raise the path. This is why you might notice in some of the speed builds, when I show you what I do, I go shift. So when I'm trying to move the camera quickly, stuff like that happens. It just shifts up with me. I didn't know any of that, though. That's really good. Right, so this next section then, I'm going to have the wall continue. So we're going to duplicate that again. Oh, do you know what? No, we're going to have this as bamboo. Because one thing I do need to see is how this coloured bamboo fits with the stone itself. So it's painted bamboo, and then we'd make a little frame here, and it would come round, and it would be kind of like a nice little shaded area for them to come into. And then the barrier itself, we can adjust that, maybe put in a couple of rocks and stuff there, and then that should stop them escaping. But that's the basic backstage area. I think that's pretty good. Obviously, changing the colour of the bamboo would probably be a good idea, or we could make like our own custom curved structure here. Let's just play around. We'll change the colour of the bamboo a little bit, because green isn't good. Let's go with something... In fact, here's an idea. Let's go back over to our stalagmites here. Let me just... Oh, stop it. Do as you're told. It's gone the other way now. Right, colour editor. Stalactite colour. We're going to copy that colour ID. Then we'll go back over to our bamboo. And we'll paste the colour ID onto that bamboo. And we'll see what that looks like. That's pretty good. I think that'll do. It gives us a nice little colour there, and it kind of does match with the stone. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll keep that in. And then we can actually use bamboo coloured panels in here. They do have panels, don't they? Coloured bamboo. Oh, yeah, they do. They've got these ones. Right. Yeah, now we're talking. So this is actually editing the tunnel itself. I didn't want to do that. I need to get my angled rotations back on, and then we'll put this all the way down in here. And the stonework behind it will form a bit of a backdrop. And then what we'll do is we'll rotate this and have that flipped over on the top as well, so it's poking down from the roof. Obviously, we'll not use these long pieces. We'll use some of the shorter, stubbier pieces so that it's not interfering with the view of the train. I mean, the train's coming past at like 30 mile an hour, so they're not going to see much of it. But it's a nice little thing to kind of expand on the actual journey. And then we'll colour this as well. And then all that's left to do is grab this, take it up, flip it all the way around, and just make sure that it doesn't poke through the floor here. There it is. Sink it back down and just have a look and make sure that it's not interfering at all there, but we do want it to come down a little bit. I think there works. Oh, well, this isn't good. Oh, there was a rock there, but I moved it because it wasn't. Right, I'm going to fill that in off camera once we're done with this stream, because doing a tiny little bit of detail like that is going to take me a long time. Okay, so that's looking a little bit better. But I think what I want to do here is have some stone pillars on these walls, because this cracked, dry stonework, it doesn't fit very well. So we're going to find the temple support beams, and we're going to use these. Let me just bring on my position snap. That's no help whatsoever. So we're going to have to eyeball this. So these support beams are pretty cool, and we just need to make sure that they don't stick through into the train again. Sorry, everybody. We're going to be doing this again, because I don't want it to mess up with the theme inside the tunnel, although it would still look good. But we've got to just be careful with that sort of stuff. Do these have a topper? No, they don't. So I'll stick that up there, and then we'll use the rubble here. Now, one of these rubble pieces looks really cool, and it kind of looks like the bottom of this is worn away. We could just use... Oh, God, that's huge. I think that's the one. Just make sure that it's not... It is sticking through there. Right, that brings it all the way out, but we're then left with this. Right, okay, let's just see if there's anything we can do with this mess. Because all we need to do is hide the bottom so it's not floating. Because the one problem with these stone support pieces is you can't really intersect them that much, because you get a lot of clipping, and yeah, it doesn't look amazing. But if we just use the stubby support beam here, it would be nice if there was one that stuck out a little bit, but because I've used the thickest support beam imaginable here. Yeah, that's true. When it happens in the speed builds, it's an absolute nightmare. I try to cut it out as much as possible, because I even have issues with it myself. Oh, okay, this one works. This works. That's nice. So we've got like a little stone plinth there, and I think I'm going to put that on the top as well. Why not? Because then we could put some hanging moss on this as well, and it just kind of gives it a nice little finishing touch. So that's looking good. Now, I need to remember that this is still being edited on the actual blueprint of the train, and we can sink that into there as well. Although actually it needs to come to this section here where that wall ends. So then I've only got a little bit of hiding to do there. This again comes all the way along here. And I'll probably put some trims on the stonework as well. I'll maybe run some bamboo down it. If we look here, this is starting to poke through again. And that's just because of the way that the actual tunnel's built. There's not a lot I can do about that. It's still sticking through. So let me just come back through here and make a little bit more of an adjustment to it. I think that works. It's not poking through anymore. Yep, good. But then, of course, when we duplicate again, oh god, it does the old Planet Zoo frustrating trick of appearing through the other building. Okay, right, that's in. So now we've got a nice little sleeping temple for our capybaras, and I may even pull these support beams forward and have them on the actual... In fact, let's do that. Let's, first things first, we're going to grab all of these. I want to detach these from the current building. Did I grab something by accident there? No, I didn't. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I think going for the whole aesthetic of a temple, I think is going to be really nice. It fits in with the South American themes. And yeah, I think that looks really cool. I was only going to have 2 pillars there, but I think the 4... I forgot to remove it from the actual temple blueprint, but never mind. And we need to drop a rock down a little bit here. They do. It reminds me of my original zoo, the Saltwell Safari Park one I did. I had a bit of a temple theme for my pygmy hippos, and I really liked it, but it suits capybaras a lot better, I think. And I'm quite excited to give them this now. Right. That's got a nice smooth... Yes! This is it. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Capybaras. Right, okay. I think we should probably have a look at how we're going to get this waterfall to work. We've got that building in. We've got this kind of like main attraction. We'll probably put a webcam in there as well. Obviously, it would be really, really nice. The one feature that I'm really hoping they give us is we can currently link our burrows to screens so that guests can look at them. I just want them to let us link them to webcams. I just think that would be such a cool feature that, you know, you've got this area that guests can't really see. To put a webcam in there and have a screen here so that the guests can actually see it, I just think is a bit of a no-brainer. And obviously you can do that fake thing where you take a little bit of a recording of an animal in its habitat and you can then import that video onto a custom billboard. That's a really nice idea, but it actually takes a lot to do, and you've got to get the right file format, the right size, render it all out and all of that sort of stuff. So I think it looks really nice and it's a cool feature and it really adds to detail of stuff. But if they just gave us like the ability to have a live feed that links to one of the zoo's webcams, I think that would just save a lot of hassle. Anyway, I'm really enjoying this. This is a lot of fun. I'm actually over my time for the stream, so I'm going to keep going for a little bit longer and then we'll have to say goodbye for the night. But if you want more Planet Zoo streams, I'm totally up for doing that. I mean, I like to play different games on the channel, but I'm quite comfortable showing the progress of this zoo live as well. So let's just carry on for a little bit longer. Yeah, it's a huge missed opportunity for them. They really could have done that, and I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have been difficult. Yeah. Oh God, are you an hour ahead of me, or are you America? And in which case, I don't know. I'm terrible with time zones. Right. What I'm going to do before I finish, we're going to get this waterfall done, and then we're going to call it a day. So let's move back over to this section again. So as you can see here, I've got a big barrier here that I need to kind of cover up. So that's going to be done predominantly with these rocks here. We're going to change to the nice flat ones. Not savanna rocks, though. We want our tropical rocks in. There we go. Right, let's pop these up a little bit so that they're level. We could actually bring the water level down a little bit in there, but I want it to be quite deep. Ah, Norway. Excellent. I actually have a friend in Norway who I play Elder Scrolls Online with who's doing he's got a GeoGuessr YouTube, and he's touring Norway on it, actually. So I've not had a chance to watch any of it yet, but he seems to be going pretty strong with it. Right, so we're just going to do a nice smooth lap around this. Here we can obviously have something a little bit more built up, but one of the things about the wetlands here, we don't actually have a dedicated source of water. So I'm imagining that this is kind of like a rainwater pool that's kind of gathered. And then further down on the other side, we've got other areas where water's feeding in. And the wetlands kind of biome doesn't exist without other bodies of water feeding into it. So you can have those floodplains that look really cool. And as you can see, right down that other side there's a lot of water. And that's the true wetlands biome. That's where we have all of our Asian wetlands animals. Whereas here we've got more North American animals and like lighter parts. So here we have one thing feeding into it. And then further down, this river runs all the way into the main part of the wetlands. And then we have another area at the other side there that feeds more water into it. Everything in this zoo's got to have a source. So when we're having these water things, you can't just have a pond flipped in there randomly. You can't just have these streams with no source. So I think it's really important to actually have some sort of dedicated feature that kind of shows you where this water's coming from. It could be like, you could just have a mystical cave from nowhere where water's pouring out of a mountainside and then like fertilizing the rest of the landscape, which, you know, it would be one of the things that I would do at some point. It's what I had for Saltwell, which I still feel quite bad that I abandoned my first zoo because I had big plans for it. I designed pretty much the whole landscape, but I wasn't enjoying it. And I think when you're not enjoying something, you just kind of have to stop. So that's what happened. I stopped, and enjoying this zoo a lot more now. I'm having so much fun with it. It's going to be really nice. I really hope I can manage to get all of the species in the game in. Anyway, this is very basic so far, but, you know, like you've already seen so far tonight, we started with something basic and we managed to flesh it out pretty well. But for now, I'm not interested in developing the back of this pool. We just want to make sure that we've got it merged in. We hide those barriers, and then we can move on and design the waterfall. Now, the waterfall, this is one of the things I played Prehistoric Kingdom on the channel a long time ago. And one of the things that I really liked about Prehistoric Kingdom is their waters don't actually have like a source block. So the actual water source for Planet Zoo, obviously it's got those little like things that shoot the water out of. Very difficult to hide, very obvious when you haven't hidden them. And here, because I don't actually want the waterfall to have rocks covering it, I just want the water to fall straight down. Well, yeah, exactly. That's it. It's got to be fun for me, because if it's not fun for me, it's not fun for the people watching, because you can really tell when somebody's not enjoying like their content and stuff. And it can be quite, you know, it's not nice to watch when you can tell somebody isn't having a nice time with that creative process. And I think with Planet Zoo especially, it's very easy to get put off. And there's so many other creators out there. You need to be doing stuff to stay kind of relevant, I suppose. I don't think relevant was the right word, but you kind of need to stay on top of the game. You've got to keep giving people a reason to watch, and if you're not enjoying it, you're not giving people a reason to watch. Like I don't want to speak poorly of anyone, but I think, like, you know, Paulsley mentions it a lot, that, you know, it's such a shame that his channel's no longer here, but he used to mention quite a bit about like the kind of back end of stuff and the whole creator burnout and all of that sort of stuff. So it's very real. It can be very difficult sometimes, but that's why I just try to be chill with everything. I'm not here to kind of stand out from the rest of them. I'm really happy to be in the position that I'm in right now and to be able to continue doing this sort of stuff. I have so much fun doing it and sharing it with you guys. Oh, I absolutely love it. It's a relaxation for me. Like, it can be stressful as hell at times, but I get so much enjoyment out of creating stuff. And when you get over that impatience the first time and you get that a really nice build put together, I'm going to have to push play here. So if something bad's happening, I'm sorry. If animals are killing each other and habitats are getting out of control, I'm sorry. I promise I'll manage it better. I need to pause, so I need to push play so I can see the actual waterfalls. Okay, so the top here, let's just have a look. That's what we want. We want to see it kind of falling like that. So, see, oh no, we've got an escaped animal. That's a new one. I've not had that in a while. Do we want to find out what animal escaped? 3 animals have escaped. What's going on? Right, I need to find out what's happened. The only thing I can think it could be, it's the raccoons. Yeah, so the raccoons have found an escape point where they're jumping off the wall here. I knew it would be the raccoons. I've not yet seen it happen. Oh, yeah, I don't think they'll come here. Yeah, so I've not yet seen it happen, but my raccoons are probably jumping off this wall to freedom and just going for a swim around Old Town. Look at them. They're just chilling there. Pandy, is this you? Yeah, you're right. It is. Look at them. Just chilling out, going for a swim all around Old Town. We've got new guests in the zoo. Right. I'm going to have to... Okay, we're going to ignore the rest of it. I'm going to have to emergency capture these because what a nightmare. Although they have, like, they've bred massively. There's so many in there now. We can have a quick little look. Yeah, we've got a couple of little babies running around there. Okay, right, we're going to go back and get back on with this build. I knew this would happen. Like, I dreaded designing this waterfall because I knew that was going to happen. I don't even think I placed the piece. Oh, I did. Oh, God, we've got a habitat that needs cleaned. Habitat 49. That is probably the raccoons as well. Oh, they're so fun. So frustrating, but so fun. I need to find the break point there. Now what I've done is I'm gonna undo that. We'll get rid of that. Okay, the plan now then is gonna be it's all gone wrong. It's all gone terribly wrong tonight. Right, it was going so well as well. Right, okay, so right, that, and then we'll pull that up into the air. Okay, that's... Animal has escaped. Call vet. I wonder who's done it. Oh my god. Right, we have to just pause here. Because... I just need to get this in place. I'll deal with that when we finish the episode. But for now... Oh, what a nightmare. So we want a nice long waterfall here. But we don't want it to be too long. And then we need to... 5 of them have escaped now. I think something's gone seriously wrong with that barrier. Right. We're just going to pretend that that's not happening right now and hope that my vets can get it under control. I know important alerts require my attention. Just... Yeah, exactly. No. I'm kind of on the verge of just boxing them all up and sending them to the trade centre for their bad... But they're all escaping. Oh my god. Right. Oh, Jesus. Oh, now before I do anything, before I sink these in, the one thing I want to do is make these a group so that it's easier to kind of do that. Right. And they're trying to inbreed. Okay, we need to do something about this now. This is crazy. Right, emergency capture you. Emergency capture you. I think they've just gone straight back in there. Okay, we've got low welfare here as well. What's going on? What's wrong? You've escaped, you've escaped. Yeah, no wonder you've got low welfare. You're drowning. Ah, right, okay. Let's go. Now, you're going to see that the raccoons have gone absolutely crazy breeding as well. So, you can see how many we've got in here. Look at them all. Right, we need to just send them all to the trade center a second. Yep, the ones that have escaped we can't do anything about right now. There we go. Right, we got most of them. It is. It's getting completely out of control. Right, did I get them all? Right, where are you? Where have you gone? We'll emergency capture you. We'll emergency capture you. And we'll emergency capture you. He's off. He's he's away. It's the juveniles that are escaping. They're all the ones that are getting out of here. Right. So look at them all now floating in their boxes. Right. Animal welfare has attracted protesters. Yeah, because he's swimming in the middle of nowhere. Oh, this has gone... Right, okay. Right, we've still got another 2 here who are in the habitat. I'm just going to... Just for safety, I'm putting them all in the trade centre. I'll sort them out. I'll put them back in the habitat. Habitat has damaged barriers. It's... Oh, yeah, that's just another... Yeah, we know. Just leave me alone for 1 second, please. Please leave me alone. A tree frog died. It's all going mad. Why has this happened? This is what happens when you stream and record at the same time. The whole thing just goes bad. But we've at least managed to work out that the ones that are escaping are the juveniles. So I'll have to look at where they're getting out. But you're all going for some time out in the trade centre. As soon as you get back to the habitat, you're going in the trade centre. So I wouldn't get too excited about being back in your little castle. Right. To the trade centre. Oh. Guys, it's over. It's done. Right. What was I doing? I was building a waterfall. Right. Where's the waterfall gone? The waterfall is over here. Ah. Right. Okay. Now, I actually need something to be able to select these when I finally... I need to just gather my thoughts a second. When I finally get round to sinking these in, I'm not going to be able to grab them. So what I like to do to make sure that I can actually access these items again is just add a wooden panel or something far away, but so that it's attached to the object itself. And I always just leave it up a height so that if I then need to access these items, what I can now do is if I sink this down, we're just going to hit play so that we can see the water. If I sink those down to the point where we lose sight of the actual pieces, then we do that. Now if I need to edit those again, I can just click this wooden piece, edit the blueprint, and then we drag highlight to select the special effect. Just a little tip for you there to bring things back to a bit more of a serious tone. Now we're going to go back to our waterfall special effects. And we need to find a midpoint of 10 meters. And we just bring that out. Oh, that's going to look real nice. And it just about covers the rest of the way down. So we'll move that back a little bit and then sink it down. And then we want to just sink it right into the terrain. That's it gone in. but it just... Oh, it's falling short. So what we'll do is we'll have it go all the way down, and then... Well, yeah, there you go. Absolutely proved my point. So, I like the way this is falling. What I don't like is that what I'm going to do is I want it to fall right into that pool. That is now falling into the pool. What we could do, we're going to extend the pool because that's going to be the least stressful solution to this problem. So we'll pop that in, and then we'll just bring the waterfall along a little bit more. But of course, in true Planet Zoo fashion, we need to just make a little adjustment to this rock here. Leave me alone, please. These habitat cleanliness being a disease risk, there's absolutely nothing in the habitat. Nothing at all. So, yeah, it's because of the barriers being broken and stuff, but yeah, just ignore that, please. It's got nothing to do. There's no animals in there, I promise. No animals were harmed in the... And now it's getting dark. It's getting dark now. And I still need to be doing work so I can get the actual waterfall built. So, what I think we'll do, because this has gotten completely out of control, is... I'm not going to build the waterfall now. I'm just going to say goodbye. We're going to end the stream here. We're all going to calm down. And I hope you enjoyed the chaos that ensued just for trying to... some of the splash ones could, actually. That's a good plan. Because I don't actually want it to interfere with... Oh, right. We're going to have to sort that out as well. Right, let's quickly just edit this. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to just rotate it all the way around. I didn't notice this. So I'm glad I've come back here to sort it. I'm going to sync these in together so that there's one on each side. And they've got a nice, even kind of distribution. Oh, guys. I don't even know where to begin. Right, for now, I am going to just try and... all I want to do is just adjust it a little bit. So we're going to make a little bit of a shallow area here. Just ever so slightly reaching that point there. Yeah, I think that works. I think that's going to look nice. It drops it back a touch, but it's enough so that we've got the... So we've got what we're looking for. Just going to make sure that water... Because now that we've removed this water... Yeah, okay. Oh, no, I've removed all of the water now. Right, okay, so this isn't fun, is it? Okay. I think the obstruction is from the path. So we're just going to get rid of that a second. Yeah, and then we can put all of that back in. All of that goes back in. And this is one of the problems with not using null barriers. When you have these barriers in, it all just kind of messes up the water a little bit. But I can put that bridge back in at another time. And we've got enough there that the waterfall goes down. There we go. That's much better. Right. I think I'm happy. I'm going to sink these rocks back a little bit so that we get more of the water in there. And then we'll put a few more splashes on this area here. So let's edit this. And then multi-select. Grab... No. Edit. There. And then we can just grab that. Not like that, though. Grab these. Duplicate an advanced move. And then they create the next sort of dropping down point. Like that. And then we can even add like some rapid splashes in there as well. So let's have a look at the rapids. We'll highlight those two, one of them again, and then we'll duplicate that, get the rapid splash in, drop that down, pull it across a little bit. So we just have one rapid in there. And then we just need to make sure that this is being sunk in. That's gone in. And then we can put like a couple of fallen trees and stuff on there so that this is all falling down into our kind of splash zone. These are on an angle, which I didn't want. Nice and straight, and then we can sink these in a little bit there. Okay, I think that looks really nice. What I might do actually is I might grab the lot of these and just move them along one extra bit, so that it completely goes over to that pillar there. Let me just have a look. Oh, I've got inbreeding about to happen. This is the worst thing about making waterfalls. The amount of time it takes and the fact that you can't preview the water falling unless you play the actual game and run the simulation. I think that looks real nice. We're going to rotate it a little bit. Yeah, that's good. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So you've got this lovely waterfall now coming down here. Obviously, I'm going to touch it up in the actual recording of the episode. We're going to make some nice foliage coming down here. But you can see through here, we've got a nice glow coming from the tunnel of the train. There'll be a lovely little sleeping area for the capybara behind the waterfall. And we've kind of created the first section of this. So, I'm going to call it there. I've had a really good time hanging out with you guys, playing a bit of Planet Zoo and stuff, and I hope you enjoyed a bit of Pixel Piracy as well. But that is me for the night. I am going to thank you all again for watching. I've had such a good time. I really appreciate you tuning in. It's been a lot of fun, and I'll definitely be doing more of these. I'll probably... I'm mixing things up a minute. Sometimes I'm streaming on a Tuesday, sometimes it's on a Thursday. What I might actually end up doing is streaming on a Monday, because that's when I tend to be off work. So I do a lot of my creating on a Monday, and then I'll continue to stream on an evening once I've like cleared all of the editing and stuff. So tune in next time. We won't be doing Capybara next time on stream, I don't think, unless actually, because this episode doesn't air until the week after next. So we might come back to Capybara and you'll see a little bit more of the advanced stage, because I'm going to work on it through the week. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.